Hello everyone, this is Bodaghee once again. I'm here to showcase a neat little tool I created for creating simple effects inside of your game or software, anything you want. I also wrote an engine for you to use it quickly, as well as basic XML reading and writing algorithms using tiny XML to have quick and easy use and putting it into your game or your software, whatever you'd like. I call this the Bodaghee particle tool, and I think it actually is pretty interesting to use and quite powerful if you use it properly. If you know your way around, you'll be able to make really cool effects in no time. I'm going to go ahead and load in an image. I used C# for this tool. I also have the engine in C++, so that way you can get a very high frame rate. So I used this in a game I made called Aona with a few buddies of mine, and I think it works really well. You can load in any image you want. I'm going to choose a BMP file. I like all these, but I'm just going to go ahead and use Corona. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create like 10 of them. And I'll put it right here. So okay, here's here's a particle. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. That's because it's not being manipulated in any kind of way. So I can use my cursor here and click to position the particle emitter's position anywhere I want on the screen, and I can toggle whether this is continuous or not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some 2D math onto this actual texture. So for instance, I'm going to give it a velocity of between 50 and -50. Now I created an algorithm to actually randomize the range that you give it, so that way it gives it a more natural feel, make it look like it's not all going in different directions at the same time, but they all kind of just move along in their own way. So as you can see, the textures on the screen are starting to move in different directions, and it's starting to look kind of cool, but not cool enough. Not enough to showcase in your game or software. So we're going to start creating some really cool effects using DirectX, using their blend modes, and I created a nice little section of the tool where you can start applying these blend modes at your leisure. I'm going to use these two. Well, this one's kind of cool. I like source alpha. That's pretty cool. And as you can see, the effect has already started to look much better. It almost looks like there's some kind of amazing like frost or ice crystal shards somewhere in your game. Pretty cool. I can go ahead and also give it any kind of colors that I want. So as you see, you can even be more precise with the color that you want. You can give it a custom color, if you will. Whatever you want, I support it for you here, and you can go ahead and add that color. So now we have a starting color and an ending color, and you can actually choose between these two, and an algorithm that I wrote interpolates between these two colors over time based on the life that you've given it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 5, and 5 is just like the number of seconds that it's alive until it emits a new one. If I start creating, like, I don't know, how about 200 of them? We're going to see some really cool things start to happen here. So it's like some kind of weird, Tinkerbell, particle effect, which is pretty impressive. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I can also choose to use the data manipulation that I have here to increase and decrease its scale. So how about instead of what it does currently, like just continues getting the same size over time, how about I make it smaller over time? So it starts off big and over time gets really tiny. So this is kind of cool too. You have like this bulb that everything gets smaller and smaller over time. I'm not sure what I would call this, but whatever the case is, it looks pretty cool. You can perhaps imagine some kind of spell, being used, like a fire spell in the hand of a character that you have on screen, and then as it, shoots off on the screen, you can see the trailing effects. So there's a lot of interesting things you can do with it. You can also change the width and height of the emitter location. So you can actually, instead of spawning it in one point, you can have, you know, a spawn width and height of something much larger. So if you want to completely cover your screen with particles, you can. In this case, I'm going to try and max everything out to the resolution of the screen buffer that I have here. And let's go ahead and put everything at 0, 0. So now the entire screen is completely full of these amazing looking particles. So this can be, you know, some kind of area in your map where, you know, it's really fantasy-like in the forest, and, you know, maybe it's in autumn or something. Anything you want it to be, honestly. It's really up to you what you feel like you can do with it. You can even probably even add a little spin to it. You know, that's kind of cool if you want. I'm probably going to take that out because I really don't like it. But also, if you wanted to, you can actually randomize how you want everything to be. So, like, let's just say you want to create something from scratch. Well, I created a little section of the tool where you can randomize anything you want. So you can get like really cool effects, and you can use these as placeholders. Now again, these are all random, so it's really up to the tool what it decides to show you. But again, this is a really good way for you to find something that you like and maybe work off of that. So this is kind of cool. This almost looks like a wave. But yeah, whenever you're ready, you can, if you decide that, oh, I like this one, you can maybe tweak the values a little bit, start it with magenta or give it some more green, whatever you feel like doing. You can start tweaking values from here on out. It's really up to you how you decide to go about this. So I'm going to go ahead and save this out to an XML, and I'm going to call it, you know, like blue wave. And it'll automatically save it for you into a location that you can actually set the path to whenever you feel like it. So that way you don't have to like keep searching around your entire computer for the files. It'll automatically get it for you. I went ahead and created a few, and I'm going to open them up. So let's see, like I got a cool little firework little effect going on here. I thought that was kind of cool. Let's see what kind of stuff I have. Embers. This is something I used for our game Iona, and this is like in a volcanic region. You know, it looks like there's embers flying up the screen. I think I have like snow. Yeah, this is what snow looks like. Well, at least my idea of what snow should look like on a mountaintop. Let's see what else I got. Fire flicker. So if you want to add like, you know, fire to your scene, like on a torch, you can actually just put that on there and it makes it look like fire. So again, you can do a lot of cool stuff in here. This is some kind of weird, cool pink glitter I created. I just thought this was very mesmerizing. You know, if you ever wanted to make like cool desktop screensavers, you can use this tool and just like run the engine, and you can have a really cool screensaver that you can interact with. One thing I thought that was kind of cool with this engine that I have here is I decided to create gravity. So I actually wrote an algorithm that would create gravity for you based on, you know, what position you want and location, all kind of neat fun stuff. So here we have gravity point, so where it is on the actual screen width, and you can right click and it'll actually designate a spot. So I'll put one right here on the top right hand corner screen. Here's the position, and this is the power. Basically means how much velocity you want the object to fall towards that point. And as I start to increase it, I will start seeing gravity, the awesome power of gravity, manipulate the actual particle itself, the emitter. So you can start seeing everything actually going around it, falling towards it, just like in the real world, using some simple math. You could also invert it as well and push everything away from that direction, so that the closer I get to this gravity well, the more it'll push away the actual particle. So now you'll see everything move in a different direction. and I can actually in real time change the position of gravity with my mouse. So you can actually have it follow and track everything, and you can actually see it updating in real time. So it's pretty cool. I also went ahead and created this little, interesting thing. This is kind of like a little fire snake creature that ends up turning into some kind of weird Zen thing. So I thought it was pretty cool, just something to showcase. Yeah, you can make all kinds of cool stuff. And if you ever want any kind of help doing something like this, you can comment below, or you can actually send me an email and I can share source code with you. Here, I wrote all this from scratch. It's pretty simple if you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, I can help you out with that. And I have used this in many of the games that I've developed, so it's a pretty cool tool. Anyway, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I enjoyed making this tool a lot. It was very fun to do, and I suggest everybody, try, taking their time to build these kinds of cool little tools to put in their games. All right, have a nice day.